All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're taking a journey, an incredible tour through India, to check out some of the most spectacular places for birdwatching anywhere on the planet. I'm talking everything from coastal wetlands all the way up to the high Himalayas. We're going to see what makes this country a true paradise for birds and for anyone who loves watching them.
So you might be asking, why India? Well, the sheer variety of its landscapes is just staggering. You've got everything from vast deserts and lush rainforests to these huge, sprawling coastlines. All of that makes it a global hotspot for birds. It's like a major international airport for countless migratory species. But it's also a permanent home to a dazzling array of native birds. So yeah, this isn't just a simple tour. It's really an adventure right into the heart of the avian world.
Okay, here we go. Our journey officially begins. And you're going to see pretty quickly that birdwatching in India, it isn't just about ticking birds off a list. Nope, it's about diving into these completely different ecosystems. Each one has its own story, its own vibe, and, of course, its own amazing cast of feathered characters.
So what exactly is the secret sauce? What makes India so special for birds? Well, for starters, the habitats are just incredibly diverse. You go from the wetlands of Bharatpur all the way to the mountains of Arunachal Pradesh. Plus, its location is just perfect. It's a critical crossroads for migrating species. Add to that these unique ecosystems that support rare and endemic birds, the ones you can't find anywhere else on Earth, and top it off with a great network of protected sanctuaries. And yeah, you've got yourself a world-class destination.
All right, first up on our tour, let's dive into our first major habitat, the Great Indian Wetlands. The best way to picture these places? Think of them like bustling, vibrant airports. But for birds, they are absolutely teeming with life and energy, especially when all the migratory species fly in.
And this gives you a fantastic quick look at the variety we're talking about. You've got Keoladeo in Rajasthan, which is famous for the incredible and now critically endangered Siberian cranes. Then you jump over to Odisha to Chilika Lake. It's Asia's largest brackish water lagoon, and it literally turns into a sea of pink with flamingos. And then over in Gujarat, Nal Sarovar is just a massive hub for all sorts of migratory waterfowl. So right there, you have three totally different spots, all of them providing absolutely crucial wetland habitats.
Let's take a closer look at Keoladeo, which a lot of people just call Bharatpur. Seriously, you can't overstate its global importance. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which tells you everything you need to know. It's recognized as one of the most important bird areas in the entire world. Every single winter, this park just completely transforms. It hosts thousands upon thousands of birds, including these huge flocks of pelicans and the absolutely beautiful painted storks.
Now for a totally different vibe, let's head way down south to Kerala, the Kumarakom Bird Sanctuary. This place offers such a unique, peaceful experience. You can actually go birdwatching from a traditional houseboat, just floating along on the calm Vembanad Lake. You're just drifting, watching egrets and darters do their thing. It is way more laid back for sure, but just as rewarding as a way to connect with nature.
Okay, so we've been in the still waters of lakes and wetlands. Now our journey is taking us somewhere a bit more dynamic, to the river and coastal sanctuaries. These are places where the constant movement of water really sculpts the landscape, and in doing so creates these really unique havens for all kinds of birds.
And a perfect example of this is Ranganathitu, which is near Mysuru in Karnataka. The whole sanctuary is basically a cluster of small islands right on the Kaveri River, and this creates the perfect sheltered nesting ground. When I say it's packed, I mean it's absolutely packed, with huge colonies of storks, herons, and, of course, those super-focused, ever-watchful kingfishers.
Okay, this is really cool. When someone says the Sundarbans, what's the first thing you think of? The Bengal tiger, right? And you'd be totally correct, but it has this amazing dual identity. This massive mangrove forest is also an incredibly important haven for birds, especially for species that have adapted specifically to live in this unique tidal world. It's such a great reminder that these famous places often have more than one story to tell.
And speaking of stories, Vedanthangal in Tamil Nadu has a really long one. Get this, it's one of the oldest protected bird areas in the entire country. We're talking centuries. For generations, the local communities themselves have protected this coastal haven. And it works. It attracts thousands of migratory birds every single winter. Its history is just an amazing testament to a long tradition of conservation.
Okay, from the coasts, let's head up, way up. We're ascending to the high peaks and the vast plains. We're now heading into some of India's most specialized hotspots. These are places where the high altitude and unique geography create habitats for some of the most sought-after birds in the world. So we've seen the big, bustling sanctuaries, right? The ones that are packed with birds. But what about the really tough ones to find? Where do the rarest, the most elusive species hide out?
Well, the answer lies in some truly special and often remote places. Way up high in the mountains of Arunachal Pradesh, you've got eagle nest, which is famous for its rare and endemic species. Then if you head west, Pong Dam Lake in Himachal Pradesh becomes this critical wintering spot for massive flocks of bar-headed geese. And then, dropping back down to the plains, Bhagwan in Maharashtra is so bursting with bird life that it's earned the nickname the Bharatpur of Maharashtra. Let's just pause on eagle nest for a second, because this place is basically a modern-day frontier for discovery. The biodiversity here is so incredibly rich that new species are still being found. Just think about the Bugun leochicla. This stunning bird was only identified by science in 2006. For any serious birdwatcher looking for something truly special, this is a dream destination. So as we bring our journey to a close, the big picture becomes really clear, doesn't it? India's incredible richness of bird life comes from this amazing patchwork of habitats. It's not just one thing, it's this complete, beautiful tapestry of different ecosystems all working together. So let's do a quick recap of our trip. We waded through those huge wetlands like Bharatpur and Chilika. We navigated the bustling river sanctuaries like Ranganathiru. We walked along vital coastal havens from Vedanthangal to the Sundarbans. And we climbed up to those unique Himalayan retreats like Eagle Nest. Every single one of them is a totally different world, and each one is a critical piece of India's massive ecological puzzle. And all of this brings us to one final, really important thought. After seeing this incredible tapestry of habitats and the sheer diversity of life they all support, it leaves us with a pretty big question, right? What's next for protecting India's avian treasures? Because the journey of discovery is amazing, but the responsibility to conserve these places, well, that's just as important.